In this video we are playing Find the S.O.D.As. Thank you so much for choosing my video. If you do find it helpful, if you can leave it a like, drop me a comment and of course hit that subscribe button to help support my channel. So starting off in spawn, so you'll see there's tacos falling. So with this game there are events that happen to the map. So what I've done is certain events have certain characters that appear. So I have separated them out into the video. So if you do see the event happening like now, you don't have to wait for that event to collect the ones that I am. I will specify the event ones in a separate part of the video. So again, not a badge game, which is such a shame. I would recommend turning it on just so that people can take away something from the game apart from the experience and the fun. Also what it does do is it sort of advertises the game as well, so obviously if anyone looked at my profile they would see what I have been playing recently through my badges. So on the shelf here you have the orb of rejuvenation. So you will need that when we go round to jungle. I love how they're just sort of like pointing their arms, but they don't have anything in their arms. Love the placement for bottle underneath the police car. That's well hidden. So there is a code behind the statue here. I will come back and do that in a moment though. And I would say I sort of judged a book by its cover based on the map and sort of how simplistic it looked. I love the little 3D models of the S.O.D.As, but the events and obviously the little side quest to collect things and the teleports does make this game and elevate it. So bear with me, don't judge a book by its cover on this one. I would recommend playing this if you do enjoy find the games and sort of scavenger hunts. This one has been enjoyable to play. I would probably say though to actually claim the S.O.D.As all the time is a little bit annoying. Love the hiding place for stone, and the index doesn't really give anything away. You sort of know where they are in terms of biome, but not sort of where they're located. And we have blue. So obviously here you can see an event happening, but you don't need to wait for that event to collect blue. So for this, the codes are here, so just in case they change, jungle, snow, forest and desert, that is where they are. It will tell you the order, so you just input those numbers. So I like the little scripting. Yes, they're quite long, but they're entertaining. I love that it uses your avatar to do it. So obviously we're having this fight scene here. They're really well scripted. I've really enjoyed watching them, and just what a lovely little addition to a game. It's something that you don't often see. But that is Sans. So for this one you will need the emerald from the forest, and I have put that in the forest section. See item emerald, and you hand it into the shop and they give you a lightning rod. You will need this in order for the graveyard, so take it with you. So for the spawn, this is a disco event. So you can see a disco ball, the lights are flashing. So the one that appears during the disco event here in Spawn is the breakdancer here. And this is only in the disco event. In the taco event at Spawn, so again you can't miss it, it's raining tacos and the taco is on the sign by blue. I do like the index in this game, I think it's very well made. Then for the night event at Spawn, you can see the firework. I love this one. And you just have to obviously get in the way and hit it as it's shooting round. This is why I said don't judge a book by its cover, because some of the scripting to this game is absolutely phenomenal. So we're moving around now to the new area of the forest. So obviously it is the disco event at the minute, but you can collect these regardless. Like Spawn, I've separated the events to a section in the video of their own. So here is the Chaos Emerald that you need to give to the shop in order to get your lightning rod. And then we'll use the lightning rod for a graveyard. I'm not sure if you need the lightning rod for the god one, but I will show you that in a moment anyway. Also hanging off the tree we have the golden apple, so this is an item you need for the superhero in desert. I don't know which ones I prefer, the drawn ones in the index or the 3D. I think I'm going with the 3D because they're really well built, to be fair. It's a shame that the crafting table and the furnace didn't do anything yet. I do hope they put that in. But the screen, if you click on it or touch it, you get teleported here. So this is what I'm saying, where I really did kind of mistakenly judge this game. Because again, that teleport, it's hidden, it's lovely. And then we've got kind of like 3 little kind of mini games here. So we've got Obby, we've got the quiz. Check me out, I am a pro, and So this is the trivia. No idea. But I got it right. Dynablox. I did not know that Roblox was called Dynablox before Roblox. That was a very clever name change. And then we have the war ground. It would have potentially been more of a game had you had to avoid their bullets. I've got a very Harry Potter-esque fight at the end. But that is wizard. And then we have paintballer that's actually shooting in the wrong direction. They would not be much good in that game, would they? See, you can interact with the furnace, but it doesn't do anything. And it's such a shame. Again, you could potentially have the items to craft something Minecrafty. If you had like creeper, soda. Had the fish and the fisherman. We We have hot dog. So again, I love the fact that some of these are blended in very well. You know, if you look at the hot dog, it's only because really they've got legs sticking out the bottom of them. I noticed it. You know, similar, they've thought about the size proportions. So fairy is tiny. Love that one. Bunny's small. You know, it's all in proportion to the characters. It's that little bit of attention to detail that I do like. Into the forest night event. And by the pond we get Spirit. So I have spotted Frog in the night event and the rainbow event. So if you don't see it in the map where I got it, try it in an event time. The rocket will also appear only at night time, and this will shoot you up. Again, there's a lovely bit of scripting and story to this game. And that is Black Hole. The Forest Rainbow event. So there is 4-leaf clover. Again, come back and check Frog. It definitely was there in the rainbow event for me. And then we have the leprechaun just up here. And this is by the apples. Into the biome of jungle now. Again, camo being small just blends in so well. It was only the kind of silver top and bottom to the can that I noticed it. We have night. Again, love this. So you get a real kind of movement. So this is giving me kind of like Karate Kid vibes. It's sort of like a dojo with their sensei. You actually do get damaged by the Street Fighter. So there's the sensei. And then you just need to catch them when they stop. And that is Street Fighter. Love that. Did eventually kill me mind, but that's fine. We have monkey. And ninja on top of the kind of dojo area. And again, love this. Look at the size in comparison to the person. So it is like they're eating ramen and drinking a boba. So they are in proportion. Weirdly, you go through the Squid Game to go ahead and get something that feels very much like Super Mario. That is a bit peculiar. We have white on the shelf. And branch just blends in so well as well, because it's the same texture. It's just round instead of being kind of like a rectangle. So for this area you need the orb of death from the pyramid and the orb of rejuvenation from the shop. Again, I've put them in their relevant locations. Place both of the orbs down and we can go ahead and come into this area. And then I did question why you couldn't collect that one as a statue. But jumping into the black kind of dark square, you will get lava. So I do think you could actually collect that one as a soda in itself, but you need to wait for an event. And it is the jungle night event. So when it is night, like so, up on the roof of the dojo where we found Ninja, Ice Ninja then appears. I almost want to say, watch your back, look out! And then going back into this area with the orbs, and you can see that it has now changed and it is now S.O.D.A Deity. So again, I love that. This is where I don't know if you have to have the lightning rod and night event. So if you don't get teleported to this one, try that. But you can see I was behind that blue horse, and then we get teleported by lightning up here, and this is Thunder God. So again, don't know if it's just because I had the lightning rod, it was night, or I had both. For the disco event, again up by Ninja, you can see the spinning one in front. On to the next biome of desert now. Egg was the only one that sort of didn't look like a soda can. Most of them all look like soda cans in some form. I don't know whether they should have had the soda can with sort of like an egg on the top like they did for ramen. So this is where you need the golden apple from Forest, and you feed it to the superhero here. I show all of the items in their relevant location, and then how to collect the sodas in their location that they are. So you just need to reference the location. Lovely teleport through the cactus, and this has given me that kind of plants versus zombies feel to it. So you could have had bucket soda on one of the zombies' heads, but we do find Walnut as well as Dave. Dropping down through the pool, we find the secret science lab. See, it's these sort of touches and elements of this game why I have found it so enjoyable, because you'd walk around desert going, well, where's the lab? It's so well hidden. This is really elevating this game. I really have enjoyed it. I do recommend it if you do like scavenger hunts. Again, some opportunities to put some smaller soda cans in here as well. I love how they've got a sign for the empty building, mutants escaped. Like, yeah, that's pretty obvious, there's nothing in here. We have aquatic, but they haven't put the mutant anywhere. Like, you could have a proper, like, warped, glitched soda can as the mutant, couldn't you? Just by the pyramid, you can dig one of the areas of sand and you find a statue head, and then you just pop it on top of the statue. then I was like, oh, the pyramid hasn't opened. So just sort of left it at that. You know, I just carried on with the game. This upped the challenge element nicely. And then you see it now says move box. And I was like, hey. And then there's a button. And then it finally clicked. That links to the pyramid. That is so well hidden that it's in a different biome as well. And this means that we can now go ahead and go back. And this is how we find the Egyptian and the sacrifice soda. In the flames, we also find the orb of death. So this is what you need in jungle to go ahead for S.O.D.A deity and lava. But don't go anywhere, there's a button on the back of the throne. Oh my god, these are so well hidden. This then opens up this door and we can go ahead, go down and get noble. This is how you make something, in theory, easy, but in execution, hard. Like, they're not using difficult ciphers or crazy kind of codes or anything like that, but you really have to search round. So in the taco event, we have the taco eater on the kind of entrance to the pyramid. The night event, we had the night watcher on top of the pyramid. Moving round now into snow, and this is the final area of this game. So we have penguin, and we have ice. And we have freezing. We've got a bit of a Christmas vibe going on this area of snow. We've got one as the elf again. You've got the size that they're all kind of in line and the same as one another. I was wondering where Santa was. You'll find out in a moment. Of course, you've got to have snowman. I thought they may have used like sooty or smoke or something for the chimney, but again they can add one in there. We have jolly. And again, look at the size. So it's a flower inside of the vase and it fits. I love those ones. So this Jolly has actually got quite a nice sword collection, randomly. But we're going to go ahead and go to the fireplace. I don't know if you click or walk into it, this will teleport you through here. Again, like, it was sort of by accident that I thought to do that. So I love these hidden teleports. As I said, there's not much hint in the index either. So you collect one sword. And we collect the other one. To be honest, I kind of thought when I started off, this is the sword that I needed to place it in that row that we've just seen, but it's not. So going back, and then you place them on the pedestals here. And there we go, we can go ahead in order to get demon. So the sword was actually round the back of this igloo. I can't believe how kind of in the open but tucked away that was. We can then take that back, place it in the row, and we come to sword fighter. And again we have this lovely bit of scripting to this. How was I defeated? Because I'm awesome! But you didn't actually see a fight scene, it was one slash, so like, yeah, pro over here. The present here is a teleport as well. And this takes you through to this Kilbrick obby. And then just sticking up out of the snow pile, I completely walked past ice cream. And then I don't know if you noticed, but a certain snowman's nose is glowing. So again, clicking or touching that one, we get teleported through to carrots. I love the fact they've even dressed the room. That's what I say about that little attention to detail. Into the Snow Night event, so we have Santa. This is where you get Santa Claus. Of course, that really fits because what time of day does he go out to deliver presents? The disco event we've already seen. We have the spinning one over the pile of gifts. And then we also have one for taco in here, and this is the taco seller. So quite a lot going on in terms of snow. Into the next biome of graveyard. So I just teleported through. I don't know how you get there, if there is an avenue in the actual game. And again, this is a massive map area. I'm loving the feel to it. It does feel sort of very dark and ominous, but it's not really sort of like said graveyard. There is a graveyard in here, but most of the map is sort of this eerie kind of grasslands. It's not somewhere I would want to be at night by myself with no flashlight. But now we start to get the kind of graveyard feel. And we have the Minecraft skeleton. Again, a crazy hidden one found by accident. And this is 2D S.O.D.A. So you just need to walk through that grass. I don't know what the other options do, but obviously I pressed cheat. I don't know what possessed me to press that. But I've banned 2D, it was super effective, and there we go. I've won the battle. Cheat Academy to the rescue again, and that is 2D. So we found the item of the red pumpkin, which we do need to take to the church. If you do leave the game, or I think if you change to the graveyard biome, I'm pretty certain that all of your items don't stay, and the progress towards quests don't stay. So you will just need to go back and collect the items again. Walking along, got randomly teleported to Saviour. I was like, what did I step on? And it is that little plant sticking out the ground right there. Again, like, how well is that teleport hidden? Again, it's why it's so simple in theory, but then it's sort of like hard in the execution, like a gold coin shoved on the actual fence. Again, lucky that I walked past there, to be fair. We will use that in a moment. And now we are in the kind of graveyard side of things. It's nice to finally see the said graveyard. This is such a great Halloween area. We have zombie. Very Minecraft zombie. I like it. We just need creeper. So this was sort of random. I didn't know what that building was in the graveyard. It's actually a massive coffin. I mean, the funny side of things may have been actually if you could actually push the lid of the coffin open and then you have like the monstrous kind of big S.O.D.A in there. That would be quite comical. In the corner we do find the blue pumpkin. I mean, you know, if the developers are stuck for ideas for S.O.D.As, I think, you know, a S.O.D.A with a blonde wig on and sort of wearing a Metallica t-shirt, you know, JudgementTV, hint, 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 would make a lovely addition to the map. So we have beggar and then donate for all those lost. So putting the gold coin in here, then you've got this lovely script again, which makes bucket appear. And then round the back you do have green pumpkin, although it looks more black to me than green. Balance, that's a little bit weird. I know they're balancing on a pumpkin, but I don't know if that would have warranted perhaps being in the main map more. So here is where you need your lightning rod, so you're going to need to do that before you come into this area. And again, we've got a nice bit of scripting. I don't know what the massive chicken drumstick's about. If you do hit spawn, you do just go back to the main bit of the graveyard, so you don't go back to the main game as such. But then when you enter again, look at this scripting. So you get this massive chicken drumstick out, and then you come to this area with, okay, there is a massive S.O.D.A there for Sloth. But imagine if, like, Sloth's family member was in the coffin. But yeah, essentially we just took Sloth a massive chicken leg. We find Scarecrow. This is sort of where the zoomed out view doesn't really help you much, because obviously the mist in this area just covers everything then. We find Pumpkin, not too far from the kind of balancing. Going inside of the church, and we have praying. So here is where we place our 3 pumpkin heads. It's getting a bit demonic inside of a church now, putting this, and then it like opens up. Oh my goodness. And we come to the forbidden portal. And of course, when something says forbidden, you know you're going to do it. Lovely bit of script again. Massive soda can comes out. And then we've got another fight scene against the king. It's quite nice actually seeing it from the sort of first player perspective as well. Like, the scripting's lovely. And then back in the church, and you have this interaction here, and this is an item. So do you remember the gravestone that had that interaction but I didn't have the item? Crucifix is what you need. So taking it back to the S.O.D.A guard. So you do get a badge when you've collected all of the legendaries, which is nice. But there we have it. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video.